One of the conclusions of being consistently literal throughout the whole Bible is that Israel and the church are not the same institution. They are two different things, two separate things in God's dealings with the world. There's a second reason why I'm a dispensationalist, and it flows from the first. The little interpretation I said last time is the foundation. And we build upon that. And one of the conclusions of being consistently literal throughout the whole Bible is that Israel and the church are not the same institution. They are two different things, two separate things in God's dealings with the world. Now, they do share some things, and we got to be careful. Sometimes dispensationalists overstate in the wrong direction. We do share some things. Israel and the church share God. It's the same God. We share the coming kingdom. When the kingdom gets here, we're all going to be in that kingdom. Israel and her land will be on the earth. We're going to share the holy city. We're going to visit Jerusalem. We share some things. And we also share individual redemption. To be saved, we have to trust Christ as our only hope for heaven. We depend upon Him, trust Him to take away our sins. Everybody in all ages have to trust God that way to take away their sins. And so we all share individual redemption. We also share a mission. Israel had a mission to be a light to the nations. So does the church. We are to be a light to the nation, to share our faith. So Israel and the church share a lot of things, and it's important that we keep that in mind. But if we're going to be consistently literal, we also have to acknowledge that there's some things that are different. For example, Israel starts with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob in the Old Testament. The church starts at the day of Pentecost. Totally different setting for the startup. Israel is ethnic. It's centered around the Jewish people, as we call them today. The church is non-ethnic. Israel is national. It's a nation with politics and a boundary, where the church is international. We're not tied to a nation. The early church was not tied to the Roman Empire. Okay, it's an international organization or international institution. Israel had a priesthood inside the nation. Not everybody was a priest. For the church, everyone is a priest. Israel, they had a king, King David, King Solomon, other kings. The church has Jesus as our head and leader. So there's all these distinctions that we find in the Bible, and that tells us that Israel and the church is not the same. And what that means, when you come to the promises that are given in the Bible to each one, we have to interpret them fairly in context. So when you come to Daniel 7 and it talks about the future kingdom of Israel and what God's doing with them, or Daniel 9 or Daniel 10, 11, book of Revelation chapter 12, all the way through Luke chapter 1 that we read earlier, all those passages lift up the promise to the nation of Israel that they would one day be restored. Ezekiel 36, 37, 38, 39, and 40 to 48, all powerful passages. There is a future for national Israel. We accept that at face value, but there's also a future for the church. Corporately, we're going to be raptured when Jesus returns. We're also going to come back with Him and share the coming kingdom with Him, and we'll rule and reign with Him as the others. So there's a lot of distinctions, and when we come to the Bible, we accept those distinctions, and the biggest distinction we find in the Bible is that one between Israel and the church. And so that's another reason why I'm a strong dispensationalist.